Norma Cuevas never thought she would become a pro-abortion activist. She lives in a poor and conservative community in the province of Santa Fe. But her life changed when her teenage daughter, who was pregnant, was diagnosed with cancer in her jawbone.
She was 1 month pregnant, and I told the doctor, why don't you do an abortion, because she has 3 children. But they said no, that a judge needed to get involved. My daughter needed chemotherapy, and no one wanted to help her.
Ana Maria Acevedo was 19 when she died. Doctors kept her in a hospital until she gave birth, so she could begin the treatment. But the tumor almost covered her entire face. Neither she nor the baby survived.
They said they would do an ethical meeting while we waited on the streets with my grandchildren, and I was pushing them so that they would begin treatment. The ethical meeting was with priests. I wanted to save my daughter.
Ana Maria Acevedo's death shows that even though abortion is legal in Argentina in cases of rape or if a woman's life is at risk, it finds lots of resistance when it comes to implementing the law, especially in places like this one where poor women have almost no resources to fight for their rights.
As the Senate gets ready to vote on legalizing abortion, stories like those of Norma Cuevas and her daughter show how entrenched anti-abortion culture is in Argentina's most remote regions. In spite of this, health authorities say at least 500,000 irregular abortions happen every year, and many women end up in a hospital because of complications. And that's one of the reasons why pro-abortion activists have been taken to the streets for years wearing the color green, the symbol of their campaign. Early in December, the lower house of Congress approved a bill which would allow interruption of pregnancies until the 14th week. The Senate vote is expected to be close.
The
Senate is much more conservative, and we know this. We're very conscious of this. We also know that last year there was an election that renewed the legislative chambers, and so there are more senators willing to make history and settle this debt to democracy that we have, with 3,200 women who've died in democracy, and for all of us who are still alive, and all future generations to come.
But the debate has polarized society that has close ties with the Catholic Church. Pope Francis is Argentinian and has been lobbying against the law.
Anything can happen with the result of this vote because we have a president who is taking it upon himself to demonstrate the worst of corrupt politics, which is to go to his own party politicians and ask them to vote, even though they may be opposed. A president who is showing no mercy with this law because he thinks it will be his administrative victory and his end-of-year victory.
A victory that people like Norma Cuevas hope will guarantee what happened to her daughter will not happen to anyone else. Teresa, Al Jazeera, Santa Fe, Argentina.